Like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below. Early this morning, Thursday, the CCSA reported new numbers over a 24-hour period: 22,782 new cases, with 23,649 recoveries. In the same period, 147 deaths have been attributed to the virus. The Thai Cabinet on Tuesday approved a 33.47 billion baht budget to support 6.5 million unemployed and self-employed Thais. Those who were made redundant or quit, combined with those who have not paid into the social security system, will all benefit to a limit of 5,000 baht. A further 2 billion has been allocated to assist employers and employees still in work but affected by the financial impact of the virus. The payouts apply to all in the so-called dark red or danger zones. A further budget has been allocated for staffing of non-hospital facilities, such as vaccination centres. With all the unemployment in Thailand now, one industry at least appears to be crying out for workers, but with no takers. Reports this week claim that the construction industry, having lost close to 500,000 immigrant workers, has a huge demand for labour, seeing some projects halting and others slowing down. With immigration banned from neighbouring countries, there are certainly jobs for the boys out there, but perhaps with a need to see an increase in wages to meet at least the very minimum, in some cases. Generally, the Thai Development Research Institute predicts a continued rise in unemployment nationally until the pandemic reduces and the country slowly gets back on its feet again. In the CCSA briefing yesterday, officials told the media that as Thailand currently ranks at 35th in the world for infection counts, so Bangkok remains the area of highest infection. Bed availability in hospitals is improving as many new cases are outside the capital area. The vaccine count to date is over 21.7 million doses, and over 48,000 non-Thais have registered for the Expat Vac programme, which is expected to offer appointments soon. This with a recovery rate around the country slightly improving, in many cases exceeding the number of new cases reported. In what's become an almost daily occurrence, demonstrations kicked off in the capital again yesterday, seeing protesters throwing paint and fireworks at police teams, protecting government buildings from their advance. And they again reduced the effect with tear gas and rubber bullets. A police vehicle was set on fire, and reports of 8 injured police officers reached the media last night. Meanwhile, at home and in our own province, early this morning we received reports from the COVID centre telling us that they have 1,666 new cases to report, 416 in Chonburi, 544 in Sriracha, 204 in Banglamung, 40 in Sattahip, 106 in Ban Bung, and 126 in Pantong. This along with 11 new deaths. In a new move and part of a series of support programs planned within the city, the Mayor has allocated funding and teams to offer and administer antigen testing kits at the Sawang Buribun Rescue Foundation in Nuglua. Those to be tested come from high-risk communities and being notified of the free service. Crop growers in Kaumai Kiau have applied to the courts for support after land that's been occupied for generations, going back over 100 years to the days way before title deeds in most cases, has been ploughed up and is being claimed by a development company. The area has seen fast growth in business properties over the past decade, and land values, of course, risen dramatically. The farmers complain that the land has been taken away from them, and just over a month or so ago the bulldozers were sent in to crush crops, and we covered that story then. Now assisted by a lawyer, the farmers have filed with the courts for an investigation. An expat involved in what's expected to have been a 2-vehicle accident well after curfew died at the scene on Tuesday night on the new motorway between Pattaya and Rayong. It's believed that he may have driven into a heavy goods vehicle, but when police arrived there were no other vehicles at the scene. Despite transverse engines being designed to drop down in the event of an impact, in this instance the engine was forced back into the cabin area, which is an indication that the car rear-ended a truck with a beam across its rear. Vaccination programs are continuing in the city, as once again today the car park at the sports stadium began to fill, with some arriving well in advance at sunup and all expected to queue for shots. Turnover appears to be fast, and at peak times as many cars and bikes are leaving as are arriving, so they're doing a good job. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 32 dropping down to 29, a sunny day with the chance of rain at some time. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme,